Tales from the Loop, episode 6. So this episode had a lot of things that happened in the previous episodes in it. So it actually was the first one I noticed to really call back what happened in episode 2. It has the family of the boy who's still in the hospital because his consciousness was switched into the robot. It has the robot in it, who's looking after his brother. It has the little girl, right, who's deaf. Her brother had to talk to her through sign language. So the brother's now in another body, his consciousness, but he keeps sneaking away at night to come talk to her, like out the window, to try to talk to her through sign language. And the father is having trouble. It looks like he's having trouble paying the electric bill, or having trouble keeping the electric running. He's the maintenance guy for this electrical grid that helps run the city, or the county, maybe the whole county, the area. Anyway, so he catches him, and he running out of the yard one night, looking up at the daughter. So of course he thinks it's an intruder. He doesn't realize it's the brother that's in another body and all that stuff. And of course his first son passed away from renal, or not necessarily passed away, but is in kind of a comatose state in the hospital, and they can't keep affording to pay all the electrical bills, plus the other bills, plus the medical bills. But he asks for an advance at his work, and they give him one. But he uses it to buy. There's a robot that the scrapyard lady uses to like smash metal and stuff. It's like you wear this kind of a suit-looking thing, and it apparently reads your thoughts, or just maybe it doesn't read your thoughts, but it mimics your movements when you're wearing the suit. It's a big robot, and it's got a big claw, and if you clench your hand, it crushes the metal. So he uses his advance at work instead of, I guess, getting the bills caught up. He uses it to buy this robot. Because he believes that he can't protect his family, and maybe this is his failing as a father. I thought the actors in this were really good. And so that's the impression I got. But he thinks that's what he is needed to protect his family. So he the problem with this robot, I mean, it's not a bad idea, but the problem with this robot is you have to be wearing the suit for it to work. You can't, if you're wearing a suit and you take a nap, the robot's not moving. It's not, or if let's say you twitch in your sleep, it's going to twitch. So that, he scares some of the neighbors. The neighbors are calling the cops on him and worried about his, mental state, because he's, walking around the neighborhood. Well, he walks around his front yard with his robot at night. The robot's stomping around. It's like, man, and he falls asleep a couple times, and the brother still sneaks around to come see her. And so it's kind of like it's a really good emotional story about grief and loss and things like that, but using this technological marvel of this robot, which I thought was fascinating. So I liked the episode. I liked how it called back to the other stories. It's a standalone. It is a standalone story, but it involves pieces of what's happened before. One of his friends, I think, that he works with, mentions his house being broke into, which that happened during the Time Stopper episode. So I really like the show. I like each episode is good character study. I thought it was, in a way, I thought it was better than the last one. There's only, this was episode 5. So yeah, so there's 6, 7, and 8. There's 3 left. I'm excited to see where it goes, and I really like this show. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. Thanks.